A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If we can surrender and give everything of ours to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are essentially then saying that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sufficient, or Haseeb. The words Hasbun Allah, derived from Haseeb, translates to sufficient for us as Allah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being sufficient for us comes with an important condition. We must put our complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. Surah At-Talaq, Ayat 3 reiterates that whosoever first trusts in Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be sufficient for him. He will be Allah Kafi for us. So, if we cannot trust Him, then He subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be sufficient for us from our perspective. And only then can He become, from our perspective, the best disposer of our affairs. One of the most beautiful ayats of the Quran reaffirms this as Hasbun Allah wa ni'mal Waqil, meaning Allah's help is all sufficient for us. He is the best disposer of affairs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further tells us what is sufficient for us. He mentions in the Quran that for the mu'mins, the true believers, the mere mention of Allah's name is sufficient. They then stand in awe and their hearts tremble with fear as they listen to the Quranic revelations, which increases their faith, and that is how they put their trust in Him. Is Allah not all sufficient for His servant? There is a lot of emotion in this ayat, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking all of us this question. The fact that He is all sufficient, then why do we doubt that and not trust Him completely? Is it because we place more trust in the creation? This question shall forever remain till the day we die, and only then will we truly know the truth. But then it will be too late for us. So what do we understand from this? Are we going to follow the example of the Pharaoh, who only upon the verge of his imminent death said that he believed in the God of the Bani Israelis? And then even he could not take the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. When people turn away from us, hurt us in ways that make us upset, it is precisely in that moment should we turn away from them and put complete and full reliance in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should not doubt the way things are panning out for us, as that is the qadr, the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as sometimes He breaks us to heal us. This was the position of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when the unbelievers turned away from Him, and He replied to them, Allah is all sufficient for me. There is no God but He. In Him I have put my trust. He is the Rabb of the mighty throne. And Allah directly answers to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he sallallahu alaihi wasallam puts his trust in Allah. O Prophet, Allah is all sufficient for you and for the believers who follow you. This statement from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should now leave no doubt in the hearts of believers that they can only make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala their Waqil to navigate through the various trials and tribulations that are presented to them in their lives. This Ramzan, let us make efforts to truly make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala our Waqil, our trustee in all our affairs. Let us ponder on why we have trust issues with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if we didn't, we would have no issues in entrusting Him with each and everything that is of concern to us. How sad is it that even though we continuously keep breaking His trust, He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, is forever wanting to be our trustee. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and do share it with your loved ones. The link is in the feed below. Wishing you all a very blessed Ramzan, and may the light of Al-Muzzammil shine upon you and your loved ones, bringing barakah and peace. Ameen.